This is KTS. Alright. Now, I hear from the silly Kelly. Kelly Blocks. I was in a bunch of these things. I was in all the others. Oops. So, let's do movies that suck. And why they suck. Now, one of the sketches on the KTS movie was the two weirdos, of which I was one of them. I was the one that was like ingesting weird shit, basically. And the other one was like, oh, don't do that. Oh, he would like get like a sewer soda or something, or he'd like eat Slim Fast. I think that was Mark's cartoon. It was Mark S. Billy Allen. Yeah, that was him doing that. But and what's funny is like the original guy was John Williams in the '80s, but he moved away in '83, so that doesn't matter because he was like 12. Even though John Yeager came about, or Mark's Cards came about on. Shoot, I just gave that away in the Deadly Hour. I played with Mark's Cards in the Deadly Hour, doing sewer soda, which is like you mix sodas together and juices and drink. Really, it's not even alcohol or anything. Let's see. Now, one of the sketches in the new movie was the two weirdos going to a movie theater. And they were going to go down to the movie theater at the mall, just like they used to back in the day. Back in the 80s, and they were going to make this sketch about how one of them saw Judd Nelson. Not really. They just thought he did. And then there was this other sketch where he was going to say that because it was 2003, we were going to throw all these pop culture references to 2003 in. And then in the later rewrite, we were going to throw in 2008. And that didn't work either, because it's going to be dated immediately. And why throw that early stuff in if it doesn't matter? Now, this movie was cool because we just kind of elaborated on all that just briefly and had Cal Cat mentioning, the Senate thing, stories that he wrote, and everything is just kind of vaguely mentioned. Anyway, in this sketch that isn't going to be in the movie because there isn't going to be a motion picture yet. It's just because we can't get a cast. Can't pay them. So, anyways, the premise here is that we've got I'm going to get the sketch. Okay. Now, what they had in the sketch was there was a part where he was reviewing a movie called Adaptation, which the weirdo killed, which thought that he could do like the characters in the movie. Now, if you've seen the movie, and you probably have, it's a movie about a guy who has writer's block. That's why it was inferred in this stuff. Cal Cat doesn't have that, ever. So, Adaptation starred, I believe, Meryl Streep and what's that guy? Nicky Cage, I think it was. I think what it was. Nicolas Cage. Who goes back, there's this thing in his hand, which he stole from the other guy that was in Fast Times at Ridgemont High with him that looked like him, but it wasn't him. How's that for trivia? Yeah, in the movie, Nicolas Cage kind of was called John Coppola, and he took Francis Coppola's nephew, and he took the mannerisms of the theater guy in the movie, and basically did him. Surprised the other guy didn't sue him. And who is the other guy anymore? Nobody knows. But anyway, Nicky Cage was in it, and he was hallucinating. As I mentioned, not that kind of medication, Prozac. That would be something else. Okay, he was on psychotic meds probably, and he was like thinking that he had a twin brother through the movie who was giving him advice like a muse. It's like what the. It was like existential and weird and lots of dialogue. And he's supposed to adapt a screenplay. And it's going to go with this KTS screenplay, of course, being a screenplay. Plain over it. And it was a screenplay that we cannot do. But anyway, this is his screenplay. He was supposed to write for this lady, played by Meryl Streep. And he didn't know where to go with it. So, he runs around and encounters these characters. I guess they might be in his mind or not, or in the book or not. And there was this Hick character. I was discussing with Mark's Cards. The Hick Cal Cat was discussing with Mark's Cards the Hick character last night. How the critics loved this movie because it was all talky, and the hick guy was spellbinding. And I was thinking, and Cal Cat was thinking, you know what was spellbinding about him is he put you to sleep. That was a spell. It's a sleeping spell. Yeah. Anyway, so the movie puts you to sleep. It makes you want to squirm and walk out of the theater. It sucks. The reason it sucks is because it's pointless and stupid to see some guy like talking about his writer's block for 2 hours, to have it end with the stupidest ending possibly ever committed to celluloid, except for the ending, perhaps Sideways or Star Wars Episode 1. So he can't figure out how to end the book. So basically, he makes Meryl Streep's character and the hick guy like lovers in a tryst in a drug triangle. Not a triangle. A deal. They're basically he's a dealer and she's a junkie on drugs. But for some reason, because the book is called The Orchid Thief in the movie, the adaptation, they decided that the orchids should be the drugs, and that she should be like snorting orchids. So the weirdo guy, he saw the movie and he's like, I want to do that. Puts him in the hospital in the movie, which is funny. but because because you're not supposed to. Of all the flowers, like you could like smoke or snort or whatever she was doing, you don't want to do that. Orchids, no. Smoke orchids, bad idea. You might as well take poison hemlock and go, because you'll die. Because, and if Nicolas Cage's character or the writers were thinking, maybe let's blame the writers. I mean, why not? Were thinking they would have not made it an orchid thief. They would have made it that opium thief. That would have made sense. And then they wouldn't have had to put the stupid ending at the end and have them say, oh, look, he's a drug dealer and she's a junkie now all of a sudden for no reason when we didn't actually add that up before. Spellbinding, yes, it puts you to sleep. That's a sucky movie. There's a sucky movie for the day, this episode. There were other sucky movies for other reasons. But that one's a piece of shit. That one's a festering turd. If I went into a bunch of others, it'd be point. Yeah, just that.